Okay, so I just wanted to do a quick video on what kind of oils I use for my 17 Ford Powerstroke. So I think the factory fill is Motorcraft 10W30. And I also understand that Ford has a approval list of all CK4 oils that can be used in the Powerstroke. Now there are some CK4, I think SN or something like that cannot be used. FA4 that cannot be used. But if it is CK4, which is the new oil standard, and it's on Ford's list, it can be used. So two of those oils are Rotella T6 and Valvoline Premium Blue. Now, as you know, I was previously a Cummins owner, and in all of my Ram trucks, I've always ran Rotella T6. In my 99 Dodge Cummins, I did start out using Valvoline Premium Blue 1540. And then when I switched to Rotella T6, wow, was I a believer. You know, I had read all kinds, and this was a long time ago. I mean, talking about a 1999 Dodge Ram, I put 240,000 miles on that. Anyways, it wasn't until, you know, after about 200,000 miles is when I switched to Rotella T6. I had contemplated about doing synthetics, but I didn't want to go AMSOIL. Everyone says AMSOIL. Well, first of all, I like to go to the local store like Walmart to pick up my oil. I don't want to have to order my oil from some distributor and pay, you know, an astronomical amount of money for oil. Not going to happen. So AMSOIL, great. People love AMSOIL. Kudos to you. Great. This is my opinion, my truck. Anyways, when I switched from Valvoline Premium Blue 1540 to Rotella T6 in my Dodge, again, wow, what a difference. Truck ran smoother, felt better. The engine just felt happier. And ever since then, I was a believer. I ran Rotella T6 in my 2011 Ram Cummins diesel. I put 140,000 on that oil, by the way. And I ran it in my 2016 Ram 6.7 Cummins, 77,000 miles before I traded it in, and I ran it all on Rotella T6. By the way, at 15,000 mile intervals, change intervals, because Ram, you can change your oil every 15,000 miles. Now on the Fords, 10,000 miles. Ford, you need to catch up just a little bit. Anyways, I think the factory fill is Motorcraft. At 8,000 miles, I did my oil change and I used Rotella T6. Truck ran better, it was smoother. However, I did notice that my regens were happening a little bit sooner. I was still getting between 300 and 380 miles, but it just seemed like it was filling up quicker. So after 2,000 miles on Rotella, I switched over to Valvoline Premium Blue, because I had read online that people that switched to Valvoline Premium Blue saw a decrease in regens, as in it didn't regen as quick, or the DPF didn't fill up as quick, because we all know the regens are going to happen at 500 miles regardless. 500 miles hits, boom, you're going to go into regen. If you don't go into regen before that, but that's, you know, the mileage counter. Anyways, well, when I switched over to Valvoline, it developed a knock, like a low-end knock, when it was cold, until the engine warmed up. And this is while I'm driving, by the way. It has to be like, you know, warmed up in like midday, and then it wouldn't do that. And I didn't like that. So, oh, and by the way, the Powerstroke ticking, or the typewriter noise, yeah, that was very, with the Valvoline, you definitely heard that typewriter noise. With the T6, not so much. Anyways, about 500 miles or so on the Valvoline, switched over to Motorcraft, 10W30, because that's what's, you know, recommended by Ford. But the engine just didn't seem to run as efficiently, and I just don't like Motorcraft. I'm sorry, I just don't like Motorcraft. I'll use their filters because that's what's recommended, but in terms of their fluids, at least with the oils, no. Anyways, I just switched back to Rotella T6 today. And again, the truck is smoother, runs better, There's no more typewriter noise, and it just feels happier. I'm very in tune with my truck. You know, when I'm driving, most of the time, I don't even listen to the radio. I'm listening to the engine, which a lot of people don't do. Most people are listening to the radio, or talking, or whatever. I'm listening to my engine. And I can hear the differences in tones, if there's a knock, a tick, I hear all that. And with the Rotella, the typewriter noise, gone. The engine feels happier, it feels better. I can't explain it. The overall noise, even when accelerating, everything is just easier. It just feels better. Again, it's difficult to explain. Some people will know what I'm talking about, but some people are just not in tune with their engines, or some people can hear things that others can't, you know. Some people just they're not very attentive. Anyways, that's my experience. I will be sticking with Shell Rotella T6. By the way, it is on Ford's approval list for their 2017 Powerstrokes. I don't like Motorcraft, and I will never use Valvoline Premium Blue again.